Greetings, and welcome to another episode of Coffee with Kiyonah. Today I'm going to talk about how, for us as activists, that politicians can be like a catfish. And if you're familiar with the catfish concept, you know that it began with fishermen in Alaska who would ship salmon a very long way. And if they just shipped the salmon in their tanks, as is, the salmon would show up very weak and flabby and colorless and not taste good. So somewhere along the way, someone decided to throw a catfish in there. And so the catfish would tease and bother the salmon and keep them moving and keep them active and exercising. And the salmon would show up strong and healthy and delicious, apparently, for people that eat that. Well, these politicians are kind of like catfish, in my opinion. As far as the American presidency, if Bernie Sanders or Jill Stein had won, we would just be comfortably bebopping along, feeling safe and positive and happy. And that's great. That would be great. But that's not what happened. For some reason, we got Donald Trump. Whether it was engineered by the establishment or whether that's who people actually wanted, that's the reality we have now. And I kind of see him as a catfish in the tank full of salmon. And him and his administration are doing things that are keeping us strong and keeping us moving and keeping us fighting and keeping us aware and active and on point, So we don't really have to see it in this negative way that almost seems brainwashed. I almost can't stand going on Facebook these days because of all the negative hype about Trump and his administration. I never watch the news. I don't read the newspapers. I don't do any of that, so I'm ignorant, and I apologize for that. I want to focus on seeing everybody in a divine light and focusing on what I can control, what I can do. Even if I was aware of all the negative stuff that people are spreading online, there's nothing I could do about it but feel bad. I already learned in the Bush administration, the Clinton administration, the Obama administration, that my voice has no meaning or value whatsoever. My power is in the peaceful people power movement with the anarchists, with the real people who are actually working together to build a healthy, sustainable, cooperative, co-creating world. And that is what I strictly focus on, because anything else just really feels discouraging and depressing. But I see that if Trump was actually elected, then it was probably because people were sick of the establishment. It was truly frightening. It was like a bunch of reptilians were in charge with no empathy, just wanting to rule the world and eat babies and crazy shit, It was nightmare of nuts, And at least Trump is a normal human being. He doesn't seem like a reptilian. But he is like a billionaire and really, pompous and comfortably ensconced in his, lifestyle.